Have you ever found yourself waiting for someone else to recognize your value? It's time to stop waiting and start choosing yourself. In today's video, we'll dive into the Stoic principles that high-value men use to take control of their own destiny, without relying on others to determine their worth. If you've ever felt like you're standing in the shadows, this is your moment to step into the spotlight. Share your thoughts in the comments. How have you taken charge of your life lately? Are you ready to be the main character in your own story? Let's get started. Number 1. See your own worth. You're not just another individual passing through life. You are a rare and precious gem waiting to be discovered by those who can appreciate your true value. But before anyone else can see your worth, it's essential that you first see it in yourself. This is a core Stoic life lesson. Your value doesn't depend on others choosing you or validating you. It's something deep inside, rooted in your own sense of character and inner strength. In Stoicism, Epictetus teaches us that true achievement and self-worth develop over time, just as a diamond forms under pressure. It's a gradual process, and those who have the patience to recognize this journey will be the ones to appreciate you. What is Stoicism, if not a philosophy that helps us understand that external validation is fleeting, while internal growth is lasting? Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, reminds us that true happiness and self-worth come from within. When you cultivate and nurture your inner values, you automatically invite others to recognize and respect your worth without having to force it. Think of it like this. When you walk into a room knowing your own value, your presence commands attention. People will naturally gravitate toward you, not because you demand it, but because they recognize something substantial in the way you carry yourself. In practical terms, this principle is evident in all areas of life. Picture yourself in your workplace, consistently putting in the effort, improving your skills, and providing value without constantly seeking approval from others. Over time, your co-workers and even your superiors will begin to notice the quality of your work, and they'll come to you for your insight. This doesn't happen overnight, but your self-confidence will silently speak volumes, and they will start to appreciate your worth. The same applies to relationships, whether romantic or platonic. When you fully embrace your worth, others begin to see you in a different light. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, once said, "Our fears are more numerous in our imagination than in reality. So often we let the fear of being overlooked or undervalued control our actions." But when you adopt the mindset of a high-value man who understands his worth, those insecurities dissolve. This is a key lesson in Stoicism, understanding that much of what holds us back is our own self-doubt. When you step into your value, you command respect without having to ask for it. It's about knowing, with quiet confidence, that you deserve to be valued for who you are, not for what others may think of you. To live this principle, you must invest in your personal growth every day, whether it's learning a new skill, taking care of your mental and physical well-being, or setting healthy boundaries in relationships. Each step reflects the value you place on yourself. This is how you show the world your worth, not through boasting or external validation, but through consistent actions that align with your values. Over time, these actions accumulate, and you become someone who not only values themselves, but someone who others admire and respect as well. There is no need to rush to prove yourself. The path to realizing your worth is steady, filled with intentional actions that reveal your inner strength. Life is not about racing to the finish line. It is about taking purposeful steps that lead to becoming the best version of yourself. And when you do, those around you will naturally be drawn to your quiet confidence, recognizing your true worth. You will no longer wait for others to choose you because you have chosen yourself. You are already good enough, and over time those who see your worth will fully appreciate it. This is what the Stoic life lessons teach us, and it is a principle that, when applied, can transform the way you navigate every area of your life. If you found this helpful, comment below Stoic lessons so we can continue this journey together. Number 2. Affirm your significance. Have you ever taken the time to truly acknowledge your own worth? Not in a boastful way, but in a quiet, grounded sense of confidence. This is one of the most powerful realizations you can make, and it's deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy. It's about embracing who you are with integrity and understanding that you bring something to this world that no one else can. Your significance isn't tied to other people's validation. It's something you must first accept within yourself. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic emperor, wisely said, "You have control over your mind, not external events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This message is profound because it reminds us that how we see ourselves and the actions we take are entirely within our control. Stoicism teaches us that happiness comes not from external recognition, but from mastering our internal world, our thoughts, our actions, and our mindset. Think about a modern-day artist who paints or creates not because they seek fame, but because they are driven by passion and purpose. They understand that their value does not come from applause or validation. Instead, it stems from the authenticity of their work. They don't need others to tell them they're good because they already know they are. And when you live like this, rooted in your own purpose and driven by inner clarity, people notice. They may not say it outright, but they admire those who live with such confidence, who don't chase approval. That's what affirming your significance looks like in practice. You don't have to declare your worth to others. It becomes evident in the way you live and the boundaries you set. Seneca once said, "It's not that we have a short life, but we waste much of it." Reflect on this for a moment. One of the greatest wastes in life is spending time on people who don't value us. When you start to recognize your own worth, you also start valuing your time differently. You stop investing your energy into relationships, jobs, or situations that drain you. Instead, you seek out people and environments that appreciate you for who you are. This isn't just about self-respect. It's about making the conscious choice to spend your time wisely. You wouldn't throw your money away on something worthless, so why would you do the same with your time? Epictetus, another Stoic philosopher, reminds us that while we can't control what happens to us, we have full control over how we respond. This is key in affirming your significance. Once you stop seeking validation from others and start grounding yourself in your own sense of worth, you become more confident, more resilient, and much less dependent on the opinions of others. This mindset shift makes you stand out without even trying. People are naturally drawn to those who don't need constant approval but radiate self-assurance. This quiet confidence commands respect. It's not about shouting your worth. It's about living it. In today's fast-paced world, Stoicism remains highly relevant. Stoic happiness comes from this very principle of learning to find peace and value within yourself, without needing external affirmation. By affirming your significance, you're not only developing a stronger sense of self, but also creating a life that aligns with your purpose. How often have you found yourself waiting for others to choose you, to validate you? What if, instead of waiting, you decided to affirm your worth, pursue your goals, and set clear boundaries with those who don't see your value. The truth is, the moment you stop chasing and start living in alignment with who you are, the world begins to respond differently. This is the essence of Stoicism today. As you consider these ideas, take a moment to reflect on how affirming your significance could shift your life. How would it change your relationships, your career, or even your self-perception? If you're ready to stop waiting for others to choose you, start by choosing yourself. Drop a comment below if this resonates with you and share your thoughts. No more chasing validation can be your new mantra as you step into your own power. Remember, Stoic life lessons teach us that happiness and value come from within, and by living this truth, you'll naturally begin to attract the respect and admiration you deserve. Number 3. Put yourself first. Stop waiting for others to choose you and start putting yourself first. It's the only way to live with purpose, strength, and the confidence that comes from within. Too many times we get stuck waiting for validation from other people, whether it's in relationships, careers, or friendships. But here's the truth. The only person who truly needs to choose you is you. High-value men understand this because they know the importance of taking care of themselves first. This isn't about being selfish. It's about survival in a world that constantly demands your attention. If you don't prioritize your well-being, who will? The Stoic mindset teaches us that self-care is not indulgent. It's essential. As Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." If you want to live as a high-value man, you must become the master of your own life. When you embrace this mindset, you realize that putting yourself first doesn't mean pushing others aside. It means showing up fully in your relationships with energy, confidence, and self-assurance. The way you care for yourself reflects the way others will care for you. Imagine this. Would you rather be around someone who is constantly depleted and anxious, or someone who is calm, confident, and full of energy? Marcus Aurelius once said, "Your mind is an invincible fortress." By focusing on your thoughts, reactions, and well-being, you cultivate a fortress within that no external force can break down. This is the essence of the Stoic mindset, where self-respect and resilience are key to thriving in life. Seneca reminds us that true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. Relying on others for happiness puts you on shaky ground, but when you prioritize your own growth and well-being, you build an unshakable foundation. Think about it. What are the things in your life that truly bring you peace, energy, and joy? Are you making time for them, or are you waiting for someone else to give you permission to pursue them? Stop waiting. High-value men don't wait. They take action. They know that their value comes from within, and by taking care of themselves first, they're in a stronger position to offer something meaningful to the world. Let's break this down even further. Every day, we face choices. Some of those choices are out of our control, but how we respond is entirely up to us. As Epictetus said, we can't always choose our circumstances, but we can choose how we handle them. This is where the Win Stoic mindset comes into play. When you make decisions that prioritize your health, happiness, and growth, you send a clear message to the world and to yourself that you value who you are. By setting boundaries, saying no when needed, and making time for the things that matter, you reclaim your power. You stop seeking validation from others because you already know your worth. In your day-to-day life, this can look like making time for exercise, learning a new skill, or simply protecting your time from those who drain your energy. It's not selfish to say no, it's an act of self-preservation, And when you protect your energy, you inspire others to do the same. This creates a ripple effect. The more you prioritize yourself, the more others begin to see and respect your boundaries. They start to value you more because you've shown them how much you value yourself. And that, in turn, attracts the kind of respect, admiration, and relationships you deserve. If you find these insights helpful, don't hesitate to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's continue to explore the profound influence of Stoicism together. Number 4. Treat your time as a precious asset. In today's world, the most valuable currency you possess is not money, but time. It's a resource we often take for granted, but once it's spent, it can never be recovered. So why do we often allow others to waste it, or, worse, waste it ourselves on trivial things? High-value men understand that time is the ultimate asset, and learning how to guard and invest it wisely is one of the most crucial Stoic life lessons. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." This quote reminds us that our time is limited, and waiting around for others to choose us or validate us is not only unwise, but disrespectful to our own lives. The moment you start treating your time as a precious, irreplaceable resource is the moment others begin to respect it too. Consider how often we give away slices of our life, whether through long, unnecessary conversations, doing favors we didn't want to do, or attending events we have no real interest in. Each interaction, each moment, is a part of your life you can never get back. Seneca warned us about this when he said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Modern life can feel like a barrage of demands on your time, but this is where Stoic wisdom comes in. Stoicism teaches that we are the ultimate gatekeepers of our time, and knowing when to say no is a powerful tool in protecting that time. If you're constantly saying yes to every invitation, every favor, or every whim of others, you'll soon find yourself stretched thin, exhausted, and without the energy to focus on what truly matters to you. Epictetus, another great Stoic philosopher, emphasized that the only things we truly control are our thoughts and actions. Time, though fleeting, falls under your control because you get to decide how it's spent. This is not just about productivity, it's about intention. Are you deliberately investing your time in relationships, activities, and goals that align with your values? Or are you giving it away to those who don't respect it? A high-value man knows the importance of protecting his personal time, dedicating it to activities that enrich his life and build a stronger sense of self. Whether it's nurturing a passion, spending quality time with uplifting friends, or pursuing personal growth, the key is to be selective with your time. When you treat it like gold, people around you will begin to understand its value. Now, you may be wondering how this applies to our fast-paced modern world, where so many things seem to be demanding our attention. It's simple. Start by prioritizing. Ask yourself, does this interaction, person, or activity add value to my life? If the answer is no, then it's time to reassess. Learn the power of no. When you stop waiting for others to choose you and instead choose how and where to spend your time, you take control of your life. This is what Stoicism teaches about self-control, wisdom, and intentionality. When you protect your time and use it wisely, you send a clear message. You respect yourself, and others must do the same. Ultimately, your time is your most precious resource, and how you choose to spend it defines your worth. People will start to see you as someone they don't want to lose, someone whose presence is a privilege. And that, my friend, is what it means to be a man of high value in today's world. This is the essence of Stoicism, living with purpose, taking control, and deeply understanding the fleeting nature of life. By treating your time like a rare gold coin, you elevate yourself and set the standard for how others will treat you. So stop waiting for others to choose you. Instead, choose yourself and guard your time fiercely. Comment below, "Choose yourself," to show your determination. Number 5. Carve out your own way. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you lived in a way that made you feel truly alive? Not because someone else noticed or approved, but because you were living on your own terms, unapologetically. Here's the truth. Waiting for others to pick you or validate you is like waiting for rain in a drought you might be waiting forever. True respect, admiration, and stoic happiness don't come from flashy accomplishments or from the approval of others. They come from living each moment with purpose, passion, and integrity. As high-value men, it's critical to understand that your worth isn't determined by how others see you, but by how authentically you live your own life. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Live in harmony with yourself, and the world will follow." Think about that when you stop chasing external validation and focus on living in line with your own principles. The world around you starts to take notice. People are naturally drawn to individuals who seem complete within themselves, those who don't seek constant validation, but instead embody a quiet confidence. This brings us to a crucial lesson. Stop waiting for others to choose you. Seneca wisely said, "If you want to be loved, start by loving yourself." What does this mean for you? It means building your own happiness on your terms with a foundation of self-respect and personal fulfillment. People will admire and respect someone who is already at peace with who they are, not someone who is waiting for that peace to be handed to them. Waiting for others to make you happy will always leave you feeling empty. But when you cultivate your own happiness, you'll find that people will naturally be drawn to you, whether in friendships, relationships, or in your professional life. You become a magnet for respect and admiration because you don't need external validation to feel complete. As Epictetus once said, "We are not disturbed by things, but by the opinions we form about them." In other words, it's not the events of life that bother us, but how we interpret them. If you're always concerned about what others think of you, you give them control over your happiness and sense of self-worth. Instead, shift your focus inward. What excites you? What are you passionate about? What personal goals are you striving toward? What relationships do you value? The answers to these questions are the blueprint for carving out your own way in life. When you begin to prioritize what makes you happy, what makes you feel fulfilled and alive, you're no longer bound by the expectations or judgments of others. You start living your life in a way that brings you true contentment, and when that happens, the respect and admiration of others will naturally follow. The key takeaway here is simple but powerful. Stop waiting for someone to notice your worth and start living a life that you are proud of. Focus on your personal growth, pursue your passions, and surround yourself with people who genuinely add value to your life. As you carve out your own path, you'll find that others are inspired by your journey. People respect and admire those who live with purpose and intention. And that, my friend, is what will make you not only a high-value man, but someone who radiates stoic happiness. Stoicism today teaches us that happiness is something you cultivate from within, not something granted by the approval of others. So, stop waiting for someone to choose you, choose yourself first, and the world will follow. If you find these insights helpful, don't hesitate to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's continue to explore the profound influence of Stoicism together. Number 6. Build your own joy. Let's talk about something that most people miss when trying to get the attention and respect of others: building your own joy. Picture this. You walk into a room, and without even trying, people are drawn to you, not because of what you're wearing or how loudly you speak, but because of the undeniable energy you carry. It's almost like a magnetic force, but it's not some mystical trick. It's something every high-value man must understand, especially when you embrace the Stoic mindset. You see, true attraction, the kind that makes people want to be around you, stems from something deeper than appearance or charm. It comes from a profound sense of inner happiness, something that, as Stoicism teaches us, you can cultivate entirely on your own. The Stoic mindset reminds us that happiness doesn't come from achievements, validation, or the praise of others. It comes from mastering our thoughts and controlling our own perception of life. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Think about that for a second. It means you don't need others to make you happy. You have the power to shape your reality by simply deciding how you react to the world around you. When you internalize this, you stop seeking joy from things or people, and you start radiating it from within, like a true, high-value man. Now, what does this look like in practice? Let's get real. If you're always fixating on what you lack or what you haven't achieved yet, you're going to feel empty. But what if, instead, you focused on appreciating every small victory, every little step forward you take in life? You'll find that even the smallest win gives you a sense of fulfillment, which leads to something bigger than genuine contentment. Take Seneca's advice to heart. Seek true joy by living fully in the present moment, free from worries about the future. When was the last time you truly soaked in the moment? Next time you're with friends or even by yourself on a walk, pay attention to the details, the way the sunlight hits the leaves, the warmth of a laugh, the sound of the breeze. By staying present and finding joy in those moments, you stop worrying about the past or stressing about the future. This present-focused mindset brings a calm, grounded energy that others can't help but notice. They feel it, and they want to be around it. Epictetus drops another essential truth bomb when he says, "Do not seek goodness in external things. Find it within yourself." This is a game changer, especially in a world that constantly pushes us to seek approval and validation from others. Imagine diving into a passion, whether it's mastering a new skill, reading a book that lights you up, or simply engaging in self-care, and doing it solely for the joy it brings you. No one else's opinion matters here. You're doing it for you. And guess what? That's the key to real self-confidence. When you're not looking for someone else to validate your efforts, you become the person everyone respects because you're self-sufficient. And people are instinctively drawn to those who don't need their approval. It's like you're sending out a signal, "I'm whole on my own." Here's the truth. When you stop relying on others to fill your happiness tank, you stop being dependent on them. Instead, you bring your whole, joyful self to every situation. And that's what makes you attractive. People are attracted to people who are content with themselves, not because they have to be, but because they are truly inspired by the peace and fulfillment you represent. And when you live by these Stoic life lessons, you not only become more attractive, you win at life. That's the essence of Stoicism in action. Owning your own joy, living in the present, and taking control of your happiness so that you become the person everyone wants to be around. Win stoicism, my friend, and let your inner joy light the way. Comment below owning your own joy, and let's continue this journey. Number 7. Be intriguing. In a world where people are constantly vying for attention, there's a unique power in letting others come to you. Instead of rushing to reveal all of who you are, consider this. What if you allowed others to discover you gradually? This, my friend, is the art of being intriguing, a trait every high-value man must cultivate. As Marcus Aurelius once said, the more we value things outside our control, the less control we have. Control how you reveal yourself, and watch as your influence grows. Let's dive into how this Stoic life lesson can transform your relationships. One of the most underrated skills in modern life is the ability to be intriguing. We live in a time where oversharing is rampant. People broadcast their lives on social media, spilling every detail of their day-to-day activities, personal struggles, and opinions. But here's the truth. Being too available, too soon, robs you of your intrigue. Think about it when someone reveals everything about themselves from the start. The mystery is gone, and with it your interest often fades. That's why high-value men understand that cultivating a sense of mystery is crucial. Stoicism teaches us the importance of restraint, not just in our thoughts and actions, but also in how we present ourselves to the world. Epictetus reminded us to keep silent for the most part or say only what is necessary. When you apply this principle to your interactions, you create space for curiosity to thrive. This doesn't mean being secretive or withholding information for manipulation's sake. No, it's about timing and discernment. It's about knowing that not everyone deserves full access to your life story from the outset. Think of yourself like a novel. Each chapter reveals a little more depth, a little more insight, but only when the time is right. You wouldn't skip to the end of a book, right? The intrigue lies in the gradual unfolding of the narrative. When you adopt this approach, whether in personal relationships or professional settings, you offer people the opportunity to slowly uncover who you are, making every new discovery feel earned and significant. In today's fast-paced world, where everyone is looking for shortcuts, the art of gradual disclosure sets you apart. In your relationships, this restraint fosters a sense of anticipation. Think about it. When was the last time you met someone who didn't tell you their entire life story within the first hour of meeting them? Rare, right? But when you do meet that person who shares only pieces of their journey over time, doesn't it leave you wanting more? That's the beauty of being intriguing. You're not just another person seeking validation through oversharing. You are someone who values your experiences, choosing to reveal them with intention. This approach works wonders not just in personal relationships, but in professional ones as well. In a business setting, for example, showing all your cards right away can make you appear desperate or eager to please. But when you reveal your strengths and ideas gradually, at the right moments, you build anticipation and command attention. People become invested in what you might say or do next. Marcus Aurelius practiced this in his leadership, always measured in his speech and actions, never rushing to make decisions or reveal his hand. By adopting this principle, you too can command respect in both your personal and professional circles. If you find these insights helpful, don't hesitate to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's continue to explore the profound influence of Stoicism together. Number 8. Recognize when to walk away. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you're giving everything, only to feel like you're not getting the respect or recognition you deserve? If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Many of us invest time and energy into relationships, jobs, or friendships that don't value what we bring to the table. But here's the truth. Real strength comes from knowing when to walk away. This isn't just about self-worth. It's about having the courage to act on that realization. Walking away when you're not being valued is one of the bravest things you can do. It sends a powerful message to yourself and others. You refuse to accept less than what you're worth. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This wisdom from Stoicism teaches us that the strength to walk away doesn't come from the validation of others, but from deep within. You can't control how people treat you, but you can control how long you allow that treatment to continue. Think about that for a moment. When was the last time you allowed someone to overstep your boundaries because you were waiting for them to change? Stoic happiness and inner peace don't come from changing other people. They come from changing how we respond to them. Picture this. You're in a romantic relationship where you're constantly overlooked, or maybe a job where your contributions are taken for granted. You keep waiting for things to improve, holding on to hope that they'll finally see your worth. But life, as Seneca reminds us, isn't about its length, but about its quality. He said, "Life is like a play. It's not the length, but the performance that counts." What is the quality of your life when you're surrounded by people who don't appreciate you? Stoicism today teaches that the relationships we choose should enrich our lives, not drain them. It's about performance over persistence. Take a moment to think about the relationships and connections in your life. How many of them truly add value? If a relationship doesn't improve your life, you have every right to walk away for your own peace of mind. As Epictetus wisely noted, freedom comes from understanding your worth and making choices based on that awareness. True freedom isn't about living without boundaries. It's about choosing who deserves your time, your energy, and your presence. Think of your job, your friendships, your romantic relationships. Are they feeding your spirit, or are they draining it? When you recognize that you're being undervalued, the most empowering thing you can do is walk away. Here's a modern story that might resonate. A friend of mine, a talented graphic designer, worked for years at a company that didn't appreciate her skills. Her ideas were ignored, her contributions overlooked, but she stayed, hoping things would get better. Eventually, she realized that she was worth more than the treatment she was receiving. Walking away wasn't easy. It took immense courage, but within weeks of leaving, she found a new position at a company that not only valued her talent, but encouraged her to grow. The act of walking away opened doors she didn't even know existed. It wasn't about revenge or making a statement to others. It was about respecting herself enough to demand more. So I ask you, what is stopping you from walking away from situations that don't serve you? Why do we sometimes cling to people, jobs, or environments that don't see our value? The truth is, fear often holds us back. But what if the very act of leaving is the key to unlocking better opportunities? In the end, knowing when to walk away is one of the greatest forms of self-respect. It's a declaration to the world, and more importantly, to yourself, that you won't settle for anything less than what you deserve. And when you choose to leave behind what no longer serves you, you're not just reacting. You're standing firm in your values and demanding the dignity you're owed. Number 9. Manage your feelings. Let me ask you something. How often do you find yourself waiting for others to choose you, to validate you, or to tell you that you matter? The truth is, waiting for others to make you a priority leaves your destiny in their hands. High-value men don't wait to be chosen. They take control of their lives and emotions. This is where the Stoic mindset comes in, reminding you to stop reacting impulsively and start acting intentionally. In relationships especially, it's not about waiting for someone else to decide your worth. Instead, it's about managing your feelings, leading with patience, and understanding that you are in control of your emotional reactions. When things get tough and emotions start to rise, what will you do? Will you let your feelings take control, or will you ground yourself and guide your emotions with wisdom and clarity? Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. This is what emotional mastery is all about, not suppressing your emotions, but understanding them, guiding them, and using them to strengthen your character and your relationships. It's not about being cold or indifferent. It's about knowing when to act and when to pause, allowing things to unfold naturally. Think about this. You're in a relationship and your partner says something hurtful. You could react right away, letting anger or frustration fuel your response. But instead, you take a breath, reflect, and respond with calmness and thoughtfulness. How often do impulsive reactions lead to deeper conflict? How much smoother could your relationships be if you mastered the art of managing your emotions? Seneca wisely noted, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." So many times we let our fears and anxieties about what might happen ruin what's actually happening. How often have you stressed over something in a relationship only to find that the issue was never as bad as you imagined? Stoicism teaches us that control starts from within. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This is a game changer in how you approach relationships and life. You can't always control what someone else says or does, but you can always control your reaction. When emotions run high, you have the choice to either react impulsively or manage those feelings with wisdom and patience. This is what sets high-value men apart. When your partner pulls away, or when the relationship feels uncertain, you don't panic or overreact. Instead, you maintain your emotional stability, showing that you're in control not just of the relationship, but of yourself. By managing your feelings and taking a steady, patient approach, you become a source of strength and a rock that others can rely on. This isn't about being passive, it's about being deliberate and intentional with your emotions. You become more attractive by displaying emotional intelligence, self-respect, and the ability to handle life's ups and downs with grace. High-value men are not swayed by every emotional storm. They understand the power of restraint and patience. This is where the Stoic mindset shines. When you can face challenges without losing your calm, you win. You become someone who doesn't just react to life, but directs it. If you find these insights helpful, don't hesitate to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's continue to explore the profound influence of Stoicism together. Number 10. Exchange insights. Here's the thing. If you're tired of always waiting for someone else to choose you, then it's time to stop being the one who constantly puts in all the effort, hoping for their approval. High-value men know that in any relationship, whether it's romantic, professional, or even friendships, there needs to be a balance of effort. You shouldn't always be the one reaching out, making plans, or initiating conversations. There comes a point when you need to take a step back and let others step up. Why? Because, as the Stoics taught us, self-respect and balance are key components of a fulfilling life. Marcus Aurelius said it best: "Life is more like wrestling than dancing," reminding us that every relationship requires adaptability and strategy, not just constant giving on one side. If you're always the one initiating, it may feel like you're controlling the dynamic, but in reality you're denying yourself the opportunity to see how much the other person values you. Stoic life lessons teach us that a high-value man is someone who knows his worth and doesn't need constant validation from others. This is where the wisdom of Epictetus shines through. "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we should listen more than we speak." This quote is more than just about communication. It's about understanding the power of observation and patience in relationships. Imagine always being the first to text, plan, or suggest an activity. After a while, it starts to feel like you're the only one invested, and the other person is just along for the ride. But what if you stopped? What if you allowed the other person the space to make the first move, to show their interest? This isn't about manipulation. It's about showing confidence in your value and giving the other person the chance to demonstrate theirs. As Seneca advised, true happiness comes from within. Relying on someone else's actions for your sense of worth is a slippery slope. Instead, by stepping back, you allow others to step forward, and in doing so, you discover who really values your time, effort, and presence. In modern life, it's easy to get caught up in the notion that constant communication or initiation is required to keep relationships alive. But Stoicism teaches us that less is often more. Sometimes, the best thing you can do is let go of the need to control every interaction and trust that if the relationship is meant to grow, the other person will rise to meet you halfway. This approach aligns perfectly with the Stoic mindset. Patience, self-control, and the ability to let go of things outside your control. By taking a step back, you're not withdrawing from the relationship, you're allowing it to develop naturally, showing the other person that you are confident enough in yourself to let things unfold. In today's fast-paced world, many feel the pressure to constantly be on and maintain control. But Stoic life lessons remind us that we only have control over our own actions and not the responses of others. By embracing this mindset, you give yourself the freedom to see if others are willing to meet you halfway. In fact, this kind of patience and self-assurance often leads to more meaningful connections, because both sides have the opportunity to contribute equally rather than one person driving the entire dynamic. So the next time you find yourself always being the one to initiate plans or start conversations, pause. Ask yourself if you're allowing the other person the space to invest in the relationship, or if you're holding too tightly to the reins. Letting go of control doesn't mean you're disinterested. It shows you're confident enough to let the relationship evolve naturally. As with all things in life, balance is key. When both sides are equally engaged, that's when a connection becomes truly significant. Remember, what is Stoicism if not the ability to maintain your inner strength and peace regardless of external circumstances? The modern world might encourage you to chase, but Stoic life lessons remind you to stand firm in your values and let others show whether they are truly worthy of your time. Thank you for watching today's video on how to stop waiting for others to choose you and take control of your own life. We've delved into the core of Stoic philosophy, showing you how to become a high-value man by stepping up, owning your power, and making decisions that align with your self-worth. By mastering your emotions and asserting your value, you can move from the sidelines to the center of your own story. Now it's time to take action. Reflect on what you've learned today and begin applying these principles to your daily life. How have these lessons resonated with you? Have you ever faced challenges in stepping up for yourself? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to rate this video from 1 to 5. Your feedback helps us bring you more of the content you value most. If you haven't yet subscribed to Win Stoic, make sure you do, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another chance to grow and elevate your mindset. Remember, true transformation comes from consistent practice, so take the lessons you've learned today and use them to fuel your personal growth. Lead with purpose and always choose yourself. Stay strong, stay stoic, and let's keep making every moment count. 3 ways to make her chase you forever. High-value men must watch. Stoic life lessons. Success in life comes when you refuse to give up, with goals so strong that obstacles, failure, and loss only act as motivation. In today's video, we're diving into 3 powerful strategies that will not only enhance your relationships, but also elevate your entire approach to life. These Stoic principles aren't just about attracting others, they're about transforming yourself into a high-value man who commands respect and admiration. Are you ready to take control of your destiny? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's grow together on this journey to becoming the best version of ourselves. Welcome to Win Stoic. Let's get started. 1. Keep the fun and challenge alive. A key strategy to ensure that she remains deeply interested in you is to keep the fun and challenge alive. In relationships, it's easy to fall into the trap of routine, where predictability can slowly drain the excitement that once ignited your connection. To avoid this, it's crucial to cultivate a playful attitude and resist the urge to dive too deeply into heavy relationship talks too soon. This isn't about being disingenuous or avoiding important conversations, but rather about creating an atmosphere where she feels joy, curiosity, and a desire to win you over. Women, like men, enjoy the thrill of a challenge. When you remain a bit elusive, maintaining an air of mystery, you invite her to invest more energy and interest in pursuing you. Imagine this as a game of chess where each move is deliberate yet unpredictable, keeping her on her toes. The balance between being engaged yet slightly out of reach can make the difference between a relationship that fizzles out and one that burns brightly with passion and excitement. The key here is to be mindful of your actions and words, ensuring that every interaction leaves her wanting more, just as the Stoics teach us to be mindful of our thoughts and deeds. This approach isn't about playing games or manipulating emotions. It's about nurturing a relationship where both partners are equally invested, driven by curiosity and the joy of discovery. By keeping things light and fun, you prevent the relationship from becoming stagnant. Think of it like tending to a garden. A little spontaneity and light-heartedness are the water and sunlight that help the flowers of love and connection bloom. In the context of modern life, where the pressures of work, social expectations, and personal goals can easily weigh down a relationship, maintaining this playful dynamic is even more important. High-value men understand the balance between seriousness and playfulness. They know when to be the rock of support and when to be the spark of joy. This duality not only keeps her intrigued, but also allows the relationship to grow organically, without the burden of unnecessary stress or expectations. As you embrace this mindset, remember that it aligns perfectly with Stoic principles. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control and to let go of the need to control others. By keeping the fun and challenge alive, you are not trying to control her feelings, but rather encouraging a natural and healthy pursuit, where she feels drawn to you out of genuine interest and admiration. This is what truly sustains long-term attraction and respect. So, when you're with her, be present, be playful, and most importantly, be unpredictable in a way that keeps her engaged. High-value men who embody these Stoic life lessons create a relationship dynamic that is both fulfilling and enduring, where she not only desires to be with you, but is also inspired to continually pursue the connection. In the end, it's not about playing hard to get, but about mastering the art of keeping her interested by being the man she wants to chase forever. And that, my friend, is the essence of what Stoicism can teach us about love and relationships in today's world. Comment, "I agree," if you resonate with this perspective, or "I don't think so," if you have a different opinion. 2. Guard your time and attention. In the pursuit of a fulfilling relationship, it's crucial to recognize that your time and attention are among the most valuable assets you possess. How you manage these can make a significant difference in the dynamics between you and the woman you're interested in. The key to making her chase you lies not in constant availability, but in selective engagement that emphasizes your value as a high-value man. By guarding your time and attention, you naturally elevate your worth in her eyes, making every interaction more meaningful and impactful. Imagine you're a rare book, one that's not readily available on every shelf. If she wants to spend time with you, she should recognize the effort it takes to gain access to you. This doesn't mean playing games or being unnecessarily distant, but rather establishing clear boundaries that communicate your priorities. For example, think about your texting habits. It's easy to fall into the trap of frequent casual messages that slowly erode the mystery and excitement that initially drew her to you. Instead of responding to every text immediately or engaging in long, drawn-out conversations, be mindful of when and how you communicate. Save your attention for moments that matter, those times when you can truly connect on a deeper level. This isn't about being aloof. It's about valuing your own time and ensuring that she sees it as a privilege to share it with you. When you choose quality over quantity in your interactions, you're not only maintaining your own standards, but also setting the stage for a relationship built on mutual respect and admiration. Let's bring this into a modern context. Think of the professional who's always available, constantly checking emails and never setting boundaries. Over time, people begin to take their time for granted, and their value diminishes in the workplace. The same principle applies to your personal relationships. By guarding your time, you communicate that you are a man of purpose, someone who is driven and focused on his goals. You're not easily swayed by distractions or whims, and this resolute stance is incredibly attractive. She'll recognize that being with you requires effort and commitment, which makes the connection all the more rewarding. It's human nature to value what's rare and difficult to obtain. By making your time something she has to work for, you increase her desire to be part of your life. Now, think about the larger lesson here. In today's fast-paced world, where everyone is vying for attention and instant gratification, the ability to remain composed and intentional in your actions is a mark of true strength. Stoicism today teaches us the importance of focusing on what truly matters, of not being swayed by external pressures, but rather staying grounded in our values and principles. By applying this mindset to your relationships, you're not only cultivating a deeper connection, but also embodying the qualities of a high-value man, someone who is confident, self-assured, and respected. So, as you reflect on this approach, ask yourself, are you truly valuing your time and attention? Are you creating opportunities for meaningful connections? Or are you allowing casual interactions to dilute your impact? The answers to these questions will guide you toward a more intentional and fulfilling relationship. One where you're not just being chased, but truly desired for the unique and valuable person you are. Remember, the way you manage your time and attention sets the tone for how others treat you. By guarding these resources wisely, you not only enhance your own life, but also elevate the relationships you choose to invest in, bringing stoic happiness and fulfillment to both you and those you care about. If you find these insights helpful, don't hesitate to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's continue to explore the profound influence of Stoicism together. 3. Control your reactions. To maintain a high-value Stoic mindset, it's essential that you control your reactions, particularly when a woman tries to stir up drama or provoke emotional responses. As a high-value man, you should understand that emotions, while natural, should never govern your actions. When she attempts to create conflict or drama, it's crucial that you remain composed, using humor as a tool to diffuse the situation. Imagine this. Instead of getting riled up and reacting impulsively, you smile and respond with a light-hearted comment that shifts the tone of the conversation. This not only demonstrates your ability to handle challenges, but also subtly reinforces the idea that you are a man of strength and self-control, qualities that are undeniably attractive. Marcus Aurelius, a renowned Stoic philosopher, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By embodying this principle, you show that you are not easily swayed by external factors, a trait that will make her respect and desire you more deeply. But ask yourself, how often do you allow your emotions to dictate your actions? Are you truly mastering the art of control, or do you find yourself slipping into reactive patterns? Consider this. When you stay calm and collected in the face of provocation, you not only maintain your dignity, but also create a sense of mystery and intrigue. She will begin to see you as a man who is in control of his life, someone who doesn't crumble under pressure, but rather thrives in it. This is the essence of a Stoic mindset, responding with reason rather than emotion, which is a powerful tool in any relationship. High-value men know that winning a woman's respect and admiration isn't about dominating her emotionally, but rather about demonstrating an unwavering inner strength. When you can laugh off a situation that others might find frustrating or stressful, you are sending a clear message that you are not easily shaken. This Stoic approach not only sets you apart from other men, but also encourages her to chase you, as she will want to uncover more of the layers of your composure and strength. In the realm of relationships, the ability to remain unshaken by external pressures is what truly defines high-value men. It's not about being emotionless, but rather about being emotionally intelligent. This is what the Stoic mindset teaches us: to assess situations with a level head, to respond rather than react, and to always keep our end goal in mind. Are you applying this wisdom in your interactions? Or do you find yourself getting drawn into unnecessary drama that could be easily avoided with a calm demeanor and a well-timed joke? Winning in Stoicism, or win Stoic, isn't about avoiding conflict altogether, but about handling it with grace. It's about showing her that you can navigate through the storms of life without losing your cool. As Epictetus wisely noted, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. When you master your reactions, you master your life, and in doing so, you naturally draw others to you. High-value men aren't born. They are forged through practice and the consistent application of Stoic principles. So, how will you choose to respond the next time you're faced with a situation that could easily provoke you? Will you allow it to disrupt your peace, or will you, as a true high-value man, remain grounded and unshaken? By controlling your reactions, not only do you maintain your power, but you also make her more likely to chase you, intrigued by your unflappable nature. The Stoic mindset is your key to winning, both in your personal life and in your relationships. Embrace it and watch as the dynamics around you begin to shift in your favor. If you like the video, leave your comment. You don't know what to comment? Comment "I dare," so I know you made it to the end. As we wrap up this video, remember that mastering these principles isn't just about getting her to chase you, it's about elevating your overall self-worth and confidence by understanding when to walk away, developing your skills, and embracing the mindset that you have options. You position yourself as a high-value man who naturally attracts quality into his life. Applying these insights daily will not only enhance your relationships, but also contribute to your personal growth and happiness. What are some ways you've applied these principles in your own life? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.